Aloha and welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Crystal Paco, so glad you could join us. While student safety on school grounds has been a hot topic in recent weeks due to the shooting in Florida that left 17 dead, here at home an ongoing issue has been getting our school children to and from the campus safely. The issue, cars speeding by bus stops. Our Carmen Terlahi has the story.
Earlier this week, a child was hit at a bus stop in the Estumbo area.
Of course, the children were at the bus stop, two bus stops facing each other, so it's not like they had to cross the street. It is a very busy intersection or street. I was Isangsong on the side of Isangsong Road going out to Route 3.
But it's not the first time. As KUAM reported, it's happened before at this same bus stop last November. Fortunately, no serious injuries then. Mayor Savara is saying cars need to heed caution, but also reminding parents they have a job too. Moms and dads need to talk to their children about the dangers of crossing the street and waiting too close to the road.
Continue to ask parents, talk to your children before they head out to school. Assure that they're not playing or horsing around at the bus shelters.
Adding that she's working with the Department of Public Works to ensure kids get to school safe.
These bus shelters, a lot of them are really close up to the main highways. And so, speaking to them and telling them the rules. And then also we're trying to work with DPW to get some jersey barriers to be put in front of those shelters as well.
Though the child from this week's incident is said to be doing okay, it is just another reminder for drivers to slow down. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
A revenge attack in the prison late last year has the Department of Corrections on high alert. As reported, 7 detainees are charged with the murder of Idrit Manson Isar at the Hagatnya lockup. Isar, who was accused of raping a teen with Down syndrome, was found dead in his jail cell, though he appeared to die of natural causes. An autopsy revealed he was beaten to death by his fellow detainees. To prevent future incidents, DepCor Director Tony Lamarana says they're isolating detainees charged with similar crimes. Atrico Hawinin, for example, was arrested earlier this month, charged with raping a 4-year-old girl.
So he's in post 6, which is our maximum security. He has his own cell and he's under constant watch. So he's in a very safe place at this point.
There, Hawinin will only be allowed 1 hour of fresh air and 23 hours of solo confinement. When confronted by police, court documents state Hawinin was drunk and resisted arrest. When police arrived to the scene, they found the victim only wearing a t-shirt and bleeding from her genital area. Keeping with the Department of Corrections, while they're set to head to trial next month, the 7 detainees charged with the murder of Idrit Manson Isar will likely lose their privileges in the prison. DepCor Director Tony Lamaretta says the matter is going through DOC's disciplinary hearing board.
We don't add time to their stay here at DOC. What we would do is, for example, put him in post 6, in maximum security, that type of thing. So what they would do is they would have some of their benefits taken away from them. Maybe not as many visitations, and that kind of thing.
Again, these defendants are Elas Cimarron, Albert Santos II, Andrew Rios Jr., Benster Benjamin, Marvin Retcham, Jimmy Hadley, and Eisler Miller. Majority of the men are charged with murder, while Rios is charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct for allegedly raping Isar before he took his last breath. Their trial is set for April 13th. The mayors aren't playing games when it comes to shutting down this year's Liberation Carnival. At a mayor's council meeting this week, mayors gave an ultimatum. They won't host the carnival unless the law is amended to allow games of chance by their next meeting in April. Mayor Paul McDonald, president of the council, says they want to amend Senator Nelson's bill that banned all casino and games.
In the time of Governor Camacho, he did not allow casino, but we continue to have the carnival because it was only the casino that was not allowed, and the games were still going on, like the big and small, the color games, the beto, that games were still allowed.
The mayor said last year they made no money, and without the games, it's not worth the cost. In celebration of International Women's Day on Thursday, the Consulate General of the Philippines and the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce hosted a breakfast forum themed We Make Change Work for Women. Panelists shared how they got their start. Randrati Limtiaco is the co-founder of Autism Community Together. Ina Carrillo is the owner of Budget Bridal Boutique and Blush. Darlene Garcia is a grief counselor. Senator Regine Biscoli is a business owner turned lawmaker. And Dr. Corazon Alegria Webb, a dentist. The forum also featured keynote speaker Maria Alegria Lemoco, who is often considered the mother of the Philippine franchising industry. It was one of the first gubernatorial candidate forums to occur. 3 of the 5 teams who have publicly announced their run for Guadalupe were in the hot seat answering questions in a room filled with women. It's time to take a look at Decision Watch with Nick Delgado.
The race is definitely on. Going before the American Association of University Women's Guam chapter, the teams of Tenorio Ada, Leon Guerrero Tenorio, and Ugan Limtiaco. Candidates questioned on a number of issues dealing with public safety, health, and education.
We must stand together, raise our voices, and take action. Senator Ugan and I are committed to and support gender pay equality.
We need to make sure that compensation is available, it is equal, it is not gender specific.
We will work to expand opportunities and remove barriers to education and in the workforce, and to promote equity for women in all segments of our community.
According to their website, AAUW's policy work connects and rallies advocates at the local, state, national, and global levels to empower women and girls. On top of asking about funding for education, the candidates were also put on the spot for federal grants and what each of them would do to ensure monies awarded are well spent and not returned.
I think one thing we need to look at is maybe our procurement system, how we can maybe make that more efficient, how we can make it more objective, how we can make it fair across the board, so we can decrease the number of protests as that delays the procurement system. And I also think that we should also work at what efficiencies we can do in our government to make sure that we do not have to send back those funds.
We need to look at technology. We need to look at ways in which we can move to a more e-gov system that would include streamlining our procurement process. We need to really give a hard look at our procurement laws, and though there are ways in which a person who is filing or protesting without merit or frivolously can be penalized through disbarment and other forms of penalty.
It is a huge problem, it is, and we deal with this all the time. Inefficiencies exist within the system, it's true. Reporting systems, working with our grants administrators, program coordinators, doing training, we've been doing it for years, working on procurement training, been doing it for years. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no silver bullet to this. The reality is we have a system in place, is not as efficient as we would like. We would like to make it better, but these are functions of law.
Meanwhile, not able to attend the forum, Carl Gutierrez and Fred Berdalio, along with Dennis Rodriguez Jr. and Frank Ugan Jr. Ugan was out on military duty. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahu Nick Delgado.
Also happening this weekend, Senator Rodriguez announcing his running mate, retired Air Force Colonel David Cruz. We're another day closer to the season premiere of Rise on NBC. From the producers of Hamilton and Friday Night Lights, Rise is a heartening new musical drama inspired by a true story about finding inspiration in unexpected places. To promote the upcoming series, we sit down with the public school performing arts teachers and talents and the trailblazers here at home. Tonight, we catch up with the Gold Award-winning choir Magnifico, straight out of Dedido's Okuru High School. Their first few chords will give you the chills. This is Magnifico, Okuru High School's honor choir. In this class, you don't learn math, science, or English. You learn how to feel.
Here, I feel like I could be more of myself because, we sing. That's why. Other classes, doing math and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't feel like, you know, there's not much emotion going into it, but like, oh, I hate this. But here, I'm like, wow, these guys are really good at singing. I want to be better.
You can also learn some other skills that will prove useful in the workforce.
Discipline, communication, most especially.
Time management.
Yeah. There are a lot of skills that we learn in this class in which we won't learn in other classes.
For Okuru High School seniors Liana Torres and Jo Marie Talento, choir is their favorite part of their school day.
It doesn't feel forced. If they were to take away like these programs in our schools, then how else are we supposed to express our ways? Like, yes, there's still sports, but like everyone is different. But in this class and in these art programs, these music programs, we're able to connect with each other.
Though the school has had a choir program for the past 4 years, Magnifico was established just a year and a half ago and already taking home top honors at the Tumon Bay Music Festival. A gold award behind them, Liana and Jo Marie say it continues to push them to be better.
When we were in beginning choir, it was more of just we would sing, but no one really took it seriously. But to have him choose individuals, he knew that we're going to be dedicated enough and like very determined to get, you know, like what we wanted to sound like. And we were all singing from the heart. Last year, it was more rewarding.
The 50-member group is directed by a proud public school product. Alfredo Tindugan is no stranger to the local music scene. And while he hasn't given up his dreams of superstardom, teaching choir has proven more fulfilling.
I didn't think it was for me. I wanted to be out there. You know, as an entertainer, I want to be a singer. I want to be a famous singer. But then later on, when I started teaching, I noticed this is actually more meaningful to what I've always wanted to become. Because not only you're feeling better of yourself, but you know that you're passing it over to your students. Music has shaped and have changed me to become a better person because, yes, music is what I use to get out of the problems. You know, I mean, right now we have a lot of stresses in our lives and, you know, teaching is a very stressful thing to do. But when I go to this classroom and I see my students and they're singing and they're enjoying it, and that to me is enough for me to stay on that field.
And this is only the beginning. The season premiere of Rise airs on Wednesday, March 14th at 9 p.m. on KUAM TV8 and at 8 p.m. every Wednesday after that. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, Asha Robles with Trend Spotting, and later the Guam Crime Stoppers Report.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Advances in technique and medications used to prevent dental pain have shattered the myth that a dental visit is something to fear. Even the dreaded root canal or wisdom tooth extraction. Swabbing or spraying a topical numbing agent on before the injection and using different techniques and anesthetics can create a relatively comfortable or pain-free injection. Injections are often the most feared procedure. Some patients don't like the sounds or the vibrations of decay removal. If you're still nervous or you gag easily, despite these techniques, very safe oral medicines can be taken before your dental appointment to eliminate all fears, or some clinics use nitrous oxide gas. Pain relievers can easily be prescribed to eliminate mild to severe dental discomfort after any visit. For your Helpful Dental Minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
It's with every click, like, and comment that you gave your thoughts on the stories happening around us. Joining us with this week's Trend Spotting is Asha Robles. Asha?
Thanks, Crystal. From the government's financial crisis to more closures by the Department of Public Health, they had the online community talking. Let's take a look. The Department of Public Health's ongoing crackdown of restaurants leads them to Manila, where the Oriental Kitchen was shut down due to various health violations. Commenting on Facebook, Maxine Fernandez wrote, "Solution. Public Health should advise us, the public, in a news insert or update on news outlets which places have B/D ratings because many of us have eaten at these places." Others like Milwaran Gemendang wrote, "Leche, they are even next to Public Health, LMAO." One story that was definitely not a laughing matter was the search for a teenager who was reported missing on March 3rd. Once we posted the picture of the missing child on social media, thousands of you shared his picture on your personal pages. The teen was eventually located within hours. Thousands of you watched Nick Delgado's live stream of one of the special sessions to deal with the government's financial crisis. You followed him in real time as he interviewed your policymakers, reacting to marathon and late night sessions. And then the drive to Adelup, where he talked with a disappointed Governor Eddie Calvo for their non-action on bills he submitted to senators. The government of Guam is facing a $67 million revenue shortfall this fiscal year, brought on by federal tax reforms. As the stalemate continued, it led to the partial closure of the Hagatna precinct and 2 fire stations. Crystal Paco showed you just how police officers who were once in Hagatna were moved to patrol the Department of Corrections. The decision to move them there was to help curb the climbing overtime costs at DOC. On Facebook, Justin Kays commented, "Wow, creative thinking, great. What about bus drivers helping out the school aides to monitor the schools?" Guam Gripes reacted to the story. "So let's take officers away from the streets and put them in a position where they have limited experience and then fill the void with other entities that have a limited experience with patrol duties. Why not take those guys and put them at DOC and at least have officers on the street that have an idea of what needs to happen?" These are just some of the popular stories on our social media. I'm Asha Robles with Trend Spotting, and don't forget, register your email for KUAM Digital Digest, our weekly newsletter that sends the top stories and biggest conversations each week in your inbox. You can sign up on our homepage. Keep those likes, comments, engagements, and emojis coming. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Asha. More When Weekend Edition coming up after the break.
Cars Plus and Mighty has the trucks. And during Ram Truck Month, save up to $97.50 on new Ram trucks. Cars Plus has a great selection of 2018 Ram trucks. Plus, shop our remaining 2017 Ram 1500s. Voted Guam's best truck 2 years in a row. The Ram truck comes with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with 1.99 APR financing for qualified buyers, there's no better time to buy than now. It's Ram Truck Month, and only Cars Plus and Mighty has the trucks. Cars Plus, driven by you.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
Triple J says yes. Zero down? Yes. 1.9% financing? Yes. Easy trade-in? Yes. No payments for 90 days? Yes. We'll have you saying yes too to these amazing deals, like our big boy truck, the Ford F-150 at only $217 per paycheck, or the top safety pick Mazda CX-5 Sport at only $194 per paycheck, or turn heads in the Mazda 3 Sport or the sleek and sophisticated Kia Soul, both for only $129 per paycheck. Visit us online at triplejguam.com. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J, customers first.
It is pretty amazing times if you are a student because you're carrying an incredibly powerful supercomputer in your pocket. Sergeant Paul Tapal from GPD is here, and we are going to talk about how you can help keep your school safe. Sarge, welcome back.
Hey, Hafide, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, when we were in school, of course, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have iPads or anything like that. But if we saw something in school, it was just almost instinctive. Tell your fellow students, tell a student aide if there was one around, tell a teacher, tell an administrator. If kids see something, like something's awkward in school, maybe like a fight or something like that, what's actually the chain of command they should use to alert authorities? Or because most kids are carrying on cell phones, should they call 911 directly?
Well, I mean, if you're in the school, you're under the purview care of the school itself. So really go to the proper chain or go to the authority figure, such as a school aide, a teacher, a counselor, or even straight to the principal. But we're starting to see a lot of the students who have the handheld devices and everything, they are becoming part of the problem by just being a bystander and recording what's actually happening, when they can actually be a solution by, doing the right thing. Either, we don't recommend you go into fray and try and break things up, but do the right thing and report the incident and who's involved and what actually transpired, because, that information that we get will help our investigators when they respond out, or should a parent want or to pursue a complaint with the incident. But really, when we're starting to see students starting filming incidents such as fights and other incidents that we've seen before in the past, you are now contributing to that, and you are, being that bystander who's not taking the appropriate action. And it's really...
I didn't know that. So you're an accomplice?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you recall the times when we were filming, when a lot of the WhatsApp superstars were being filmed in the various schools? Our juvenile investigators, they were even hounding down on the individuals that were actually the ones that were filming the event, because you're encouraging the action and you're not doing anything in your right to prevent the action from happening. And we've seen some really, really serious crime, really, and it's felony offense where, dissemination of child pornography being sent via social media, and the kids have a power to put a stop to that, but still they don't understand the magnitude and the ramification that can happen. So it really is, if you're going to equip your child with, like what you said, the most powerful tool held in your hand, you need to also instruct your child about the proper ways and the more appropriate ways in handling that.
So again, we would probably say, find the nearest student aide. If you're near the office, go find the vice principal, principal, what have you, a high-level administrator. But if kids are having like a phone there, they might say, hey, my uncle's an EMT, my dad is a cop or something like that, and they feel safer actually having GPD and GFD out there. Could they possibly get in trouble for, we talked about this last week and everything like that.
No, absolutely
You guys are here to serve the community, so that's your job.
Yes, absolutely. And this one thing that we train to in the active shooter situation, if you are in an active shooter situation, we want you to tell people what's going on so that they can reach out to us and let us know what rooms and everything. So they're giving information. So in an active shooter situation, we encourage that it's part of the training. If you're in a lockdown situation where an active shooter is actually ongoing, you want to call people and tell people what's happening. And the same thing, if in the event where that you have family members that are immediate first responder and it's an emergent call that needs immediate attention, then by all means, you're not going to get in trouble. You're doing the right thing, and you are doing your civic duty by providing help and being a solution to that problem. And of course, we teach this. I teach this all the time when I go out to the school with the School Crime Stoppers program, and I follow DOE's curriculum about their behavior expectations of being safe, being respectful, and being responsible. All three components all mirror what one student can do and what one student can make a difference when they follow the three behavior expectations of being safe, being respectful, and being responsible. So, again, we ask the parents, teach your kids, teach them right.
All right. Well, speaking of responsibility, what can we do to help with this week's Crime of the Week?
This week is a home invasion that occurred down in the beautiful village of Zotnia.
All right. Our friends in the central part of the island need our help again, so let's kick in and help them out. Here's what you can do.
The Guam Police Department is currently investigating a home invasion case that occurred at Villa del Carmen condos in Zonia. The preliminary investigation suggests that on Wednesday, February 28 at around 11 in the morning, the homeowner returned only to discover his rear sliding door was open with a tool bag on the ground. As he entered his home, he discovered an unknown male, only described as possibly Chamorro, with a medium build, between 20 to 30 years of age, having light complexion with short black hair, and was last seen wearing a gray shirt with blue shorts. A struggle with the homeowner and the suspect ensued, where the suspect ran towards the kitchen, grabbed a crowbar, and instructed the homeowner to leave. Fearful for his safety, the homeowner runs out the front door as the suspect fled towards the back door. As the homeowner gave chase, he noted that the suspect had fled in a black sedan. Now, the Guam Police Department is reaching out to the public for help. If anyone may have witnessed this incident or may have information about this crime, you're encouraged to call our dispatchers at 472-8911. If anyone has any information about this crime or any other crime, you can call our 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, that's 4357, or submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
All right, Sarge, good information. We appreciate it as always. So I guess the lesson learned that we can take away here from students getting involved or not in school is if you do nothing, that's just as bad as getting involved.
Yeah, I mean, you're a bystander. You know, you can actually prevent it from happening. And like I said, if you were the one that's behind that camera and everything, our investigators will, you know, they're going to do their full investigation. They're going to find out who's the source of the recording, where did the caption come from, and when we did all that, and you know, we wanted to send a message that make right choices. That's all it is. Two choices you can make: the good and the bad. Make the right choice. One of the hardest things to do is making the right choice.
And this message you've always preached is the same thing from elementary school all the way up to UOG, GCC, public school, private school. You always talk about taking ownership of your school, because for the kids, that's their home away from home.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we can empower a student to be the stewards of their own school, you're going to see the difference and the changes that can happen, and it's all going to lead towards a positive direction.
All right, Sarge, thanks.
Thanks again.
We appreciate it as always.
I appreciate it too.
We'll see you next week. All right, see you on the flip side of this break, everybody. Stay tuned.
It doesn't matter how many records I break or how many rings I win. I know I can always be better. There are two of me. There's the person I am and the person I'm driven to be. We're in a constant chase to become the best version of myself. Infinity empowers the drive.
Plus and Mighty has the trucks. And during Ram Truck Month, save up to $97.50 on new Ram trucks. Cars Plus has a great selection of 2018 Ram trucks. Plus, shop our remaining 2017 Ram 1500s. Voted Guam's best truck 2 years in a row. The Ram truck comes with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with 1.99 APR financing for qualified buyers, there's no better time to buy than now. It's Ram Truck Month, and only Cars Plus and Mighty has the trucks. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Shauna Rose Cabrera Guzman. Happy 11th birthday, Shauna. Love always, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Chrissy, Kayla, Matt, Ethan, and MJ. Also celebrating this weekend, happy birthday, Aaliyah Chanel Manley. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include your photo, your name, and your birth date so we can celebrate you. That's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.